Hey guys, thank you so much for hopping on our team call with Sculpted Brilliance and Mermaids on a Mission. It is January 8th, and we have guest speaker Sheena Arndt.
Yeah, Arndt.
On our call talking about how to plan your business for the next 6 months, which I think is super poignant because that should pull us all the way into June. And then there's Summit, and then you'll do the last 6 months of the year and come out super strong in 2017. One of the things that we kind of talked about at Super Saturday or Super Sunday today was just like new beginnings in general. So like wherever you are in your business right now, like whether you've been a coach for 5 years or 3 years or 1 month or 4 days, whatever it is, it doesn't matter because this is a new beginning for you. It's a new year, and you're able to just completely change anything that you want to change about your business, keep what you want to keep, and move on from there. So don't dwell on anything that happened last year and any goals that you might not have hit or whatever the case is, because we're just moving forward, and the goals and the rank and the carrot does not define you in this business. What defines you in this business is your own personal fitness journey and what you go out and help people do. With that, I'm just going to go ahead and toss it over to Sheena and let her go because I don't know how long this is going to last, and we only have 40 minutes. So let's go.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rachel. So I'm super excited, also kind of nervous because I haven't done this big of a call before. So fingers crossed I do okay for you guys. But yesterday when I was at Super Saturday in Madison, Wisconsin, we had an amazing speaker. I feel like they picked her and they were like, that's really what Sheena needs help with, and maybe Sheena's team. So we're going to put her at her Super Saturday. And it was just like, So I'm super excited about this content to share with you guys. It's something that I kind of, I struggle with at the beginning of the month, every month, like, what am I going to do? And I have a group of, 40 coaches that I'm working with, and I want to create some kind of a calendar or what the heck we're going to do for the month. So I'm going to help you guys decide what you're going to do every month for the next 6 months and essentially create your team calendar or your personal calendar for you for 6 months. So I hope that everyone has blank calendars. And if you're like me, you're probably thinking, no, I'm just going to write in my planner. Don't write in your planner. You do not want to do that. You're going to be angry with yourself. So make sure that you have printed like blank, just those word calendars. If not, like close this, minimize this window and start printing them now, because you're not going to want to write in your planner. I think I rewrote this like 4 times before I got the balls to put it on an actual calendar and sort it all out. So, am I able to screen share, Rachel? You're muted.
Do you see the share screen at the bottom?
I see it. There it is. Now I see it. Okay. So, tell me, hopefully, is it loading? Give me a thumbs up when you can see my presentation. Okay, awesome. Yay, and I can still see some faces, so that'll help me keep talking. All right, so this is essentially what we're gonna do. And this like huge, look at this awesome huge ass calendar. Target, dollar spot, $3, you guys. This is awesome. I bought 2 of them, one for the family and one for Beachbody. So we're going to fill out our calendars. So this obviously was created by Sarah Try. She calls this her marketing plan that she shared with us. So what we are going to do is, everybody have their paper and pens? Awesome. So number 1, we are going to pick our challenge group start dates. Every month, for the next 6 months. We're going to pick the day that the challenge starts, when the prep week begins. Do you need a full week? Do you need 5 days? Do you need, a weekend? How do you want to do it? And then your content planning. So the day that you sit down to plan out what you're going to post in your group for the entire month. And so while I'm talking about this, I want you guys to get out your calendars, and every month for the next 6 months, pick when your challenge group is going to start, whether you're going to use the app or Facebook or however you want to do it, when you're going to start your prep week, and then the day or the couple days that it will take you to plan what goes into your challenge group for the month. Something I wanted to share that my team has been doing for the last 2 months, and it's been working awesome, is we started within our team page, we started a file, and it's titled, January challenge group posts, and everyone is able to edit this doc. And so everyone on the team goes in, and I have it numbered, 1 through 31. And everyone can go in and pick a day and choose what would be posted in the challenge group that day. So like all of my coaches that help out, they all go in and pick days within there, pick multiple days. And then I don't have to think of everything for the entire month. They don't have to think of something for the entire month. But we have different perspectives and different ideas, like some people feel one way about nutrition and some people feel another. So it's kind of cool to have all of that being shared within one group. So that's just an idea for you guys too, that I wanted to throw in there, is to have that doc that can be edited. And then what I would love to do, we talked about this with my Success Club partner, is to put those documents all together and be able to share. I've done January, somebody else, I could use their script for February, and then somebody else could use it for March. And then we have all of these monthly challenge groups, and nobody has to do new work every month. How cool would that be? So just an idea. All right, so how are we doing time-wise? Did I give you guys enough time to pick your challenge group start dates and prep dates for the next 6 months? I need to see some head nods. Yeah? Okay, awesome. So number 2 is your challenge group enrollment dates. Oh, I just found Natasha's face on here. Now I'm really good. So you want to have like some set in stone dates, because you want to create some kind of like an urgency for why, you have 5 to 7 days to enroll in my challenge group. So pick 5 to 7 days and make sure that you're giving yourself and your customers enough time to get their challenge packs in the mail before you make your challenge group start. So on my calendar, I made it a week before my actual challenge group starts. Like that is the very last day. But then I picked it to start. So like for February, I picked my open enrollment to start on January 30th. And then my cutoff date is February 6th, because my challenge group will start on the 13th. So just to give you guys kind of an idea how I did that. I see a chat thing. So your final order date is the same day that you start your prep week. Kind of, yeah, pretty much. It can be the very next day. I think that would be really nice. I did my prep week as 5 days. I like to start it on a Wednesday instead of on a Monday. But you definitely can start it the very next day or that day as the cutoff. All right. I see heads down. Give me a thumbs up if you've got your enrollment windows. Okay, thank you. So next is, all right, your solid enrollment cutoff date. Just as a reminder, be strict, follow that, like create that sense of urgency. This is the very last day. Okay, and you could even put a little post on your, like a post reminder, like this is the very last day to enroll. So tell you it's a scheduled post, essentially. You already know what you need to say. So that's kind of nice to not have to come up with content for that day. All right. Number 4 is your free group start date. And kind of have it before or within your enrollment dates. So that way you have this free group going on. It's going on for 3 to 5 days, and you're giving them like a piece of what they're getting in an actual challenge group. And then, you know, maybe it's the very last day that your enrollment period starts of your free group. It's sometime within that free group window that you want to have your enrollment date for your challenge group starting, so that it just kind of rolls over nicely for them. And then, like, for free groups, we all have free groups that we're used to running or whatever, but it was kind of nice to hear that you don't have to do everything in a free group. Like, you don't have to provide a meal plan and give a workout and, you know, offer Shakeology and talk about bod. Like, you pick one thing. You do like a plank challenge. That's it. You don't have to provide meal plans. Don't give them everything. Exactly. Like, why would they join your challenge group if they already have everything in the free group and they can just keep going over it and over it? So give them one piece in the free group. You know, she said things like offer an accountability group, offer a group that has meal plans, offer something that just has Shakeology, something that talks about portion control, you know, a mindset training, something like that, okay? So, did you guys pick out and schedule your free group weeks? Sorry, while I was doing that, that's what you were supposed to be doing. Thumbs up, you got your dates down for free groups? Okay, cool. It is so cold in my basement that my nose is running right now. And of course, there's no Kleenex. All right, so now you want to schedule when you're going to post and advertise about your free groups. She recommended doing 2 posts before the start of your free group. You know, usually people are starting free groups on Mondays, so Sunday nights are kind of optimal prime time. So you could do it on Sunday, Friday, whenever it works best for you. So go through and schedule those when you're going to make your free group posts right now. And I'll tell you, like, I was like, oh, I just need to do 1 month. And then I'm like, no, put it on there now for every month, so that way it is done. And then Sarah talked a lot about putting links for free groups in your bio section. So if you have a like page or you use Instagram, like, make a Google form. It can be something super easy, you know, questionnaire, and put that link in your bio. Like, are you interested in joining my group? Fill out this form here. And I was like, that's a really good idea. Then you kind of have everyone's information, especially if you use an email collector and you want to send out emails to potential people about sales, then you have their information right in that form, and it's from a free group. You didn't have to message them, whatever. So, and then do last call, all this stuff on here. I hate reading slides to people, so you guys have that. Okay, then your invites, okay? Spend 5 to 7 days, okay, doing invites. So before that enrollment period starts, you can start doing your invites. And these are the type of invites that you're going to do. Right now, I want you to pick how many of each of these invites you're going to send out every month, okay? How many follow-up invites per month will you do? How many past challenger invites will you do? How many lead invites will you do? Okay, so make a goal for each of those, and then you know, schedule that on your calendar when you are going to do that. For me, it just isn't going to work to do all of these the day before the enrollment period opens, I'm going to need to spread that out over a couple days just based on my schedule. So you have to do what works for you, but make sure that you're scheduling time to invite. I picked Fridays and Sundays because those are good days for me. And then my enrollment periods usually open on a Monday. All right, you guys have your goals for each month and then the invite days. All righty. All right, and then the very, very time-consuming thing, your weekly check-ins. This is one area that I suck at, checking in with a challenger every single week. And it was like one of those things like, this is my total weakness right here. I need to schedule it. I need to check it off of a list every week because I don't. And it can be, and I've always thought it has to be like this big process, like, how are you doing? What workouts do you like? You know, like I had to have this big, huge message and conversation. No, it's, hey girl, how are you doing? You know, you've been crushing it in the group. Just wanted to let you know I'm super proud of you. Keep it up. Copy, paste, right? Like send it out. Or it's something like, you know, I noticed that you haven't been posting a lot in the group. You know, what's holding you back? Or are you being a fly on the wall? Are you there and just not participating? You know, is it scary? And, you know, kind of talk them through that. And if someone isn't participating, a lot of times it's because this is brand new for them and it's scary to put yourself out there. But, you know, it's like she said, actions breed confidence. So the more you say, you know, I got my workout in, like some people just don't like Facebook, and tell them the more they do it, the easier it gets. I mean, that's what we tell our coaches, right? Like, share your transformation. It gets easier every time you do it. Same goes for our challengers within posting and sharing about, you know, their struggles and things like that. So kind of, you know, it can be super brief, but you really do need to make sure that you're messaging each challenger. I can see it when I make sure that I'm messaging a specific challenger every single week. That is someone who stays on their Shakeology. It is someone who is interested later on in becoming a coach, or even at least just for the discount. That's when I do a good job in following up. That is usually one of my most successful challengers. So make sure you schedule those, and that you'll then have time in that day to do a little bit of correspondence back and forth for them too. I personally put them on Fridays. Fridays are a good day for me. And I don't know, like if I was going to get a message from my coach checking in on me to see how I'm doing, to get that on a Friday going into like a weekend where I know, you know, I've got some meals out planned or I'm going camping or whatever, to hear from my coach right before that would be a little motivating. So, but everyone is totally different. Maybe it's on a Monday so they can jump back in if they've gotten off track over a weekend. Whatever. You decide what works for you and your challengers. So everybody have their weekly check-ins for the next 6 months on their planner or on their calendar. I see eye contact, so I'm going to move on. I wish I could see everyone's face. All right. So then number 8 is our week 3 check-in. So this is a message that you are going to send to every challenger, okay, on week 3. And at first I was like, well, everybody buys at a different time. But not. If you have set enrollment dates, it's all the same. So this is the same message, you know, maybe you have 2 different versions. Maybe this is, you know, how are you doing? and it counts as your weekly check-in. You're reminding them. Yes, I know that Beachbody sends the reminder email a week before, which is like right around this time, but still, some people are still surprised. This happens, you know. But you're reminding them about their Shakeology. Maybe you include that form, like, hey, if you wanted to change up your flavor, here's your link, you know, make any modifications, then it's in there. You send that out automatically every 3 weeks. And that's when you can, you know, talk to them like, hey, have you ever considered, you're crushing it, you're meeting your goals every week, you're drinking your shake, you seem to be loving it, you're doing great with your workouts. Have you ever considered coaching and doing what I do? And, you know, maybe it's not for them. Maybe the next time you do a 3-week check-in, it might be for them. So that's when you're going to invite them to a coaching event, to a sneak peek, is at that 3-week check-in. All right, so I've got it on my calendar. I mapped it out so that way I know when my challenge group starts, and then 3 weeks later is when this is on there. So do you guys have that on there? All right, cool. So obviously then we go into the coaching event. So that's going to be, you're going to post about your coaching event in your challenge group. I have mine scheduled the day before I plan to do my sneak peek, which is our next thing that we will do. But it's right around the time of that 3-week check-in, so that way they're seeing it in a message and they're seeing it again in the challenge group. And she said this and it was like really cool to me. I was like, that totally makes sense. Nobody knows if you have talked to 0 people about the coaching opportunity in a private message. So what you could do in your challenge group is say, I know a few of you have messaged me about coaching, so I just wanted to put this out there for all of you to see. Duh, like, that's kind of genius, you know? Make it seem like there are people within that group who are interested, even if there's not. And just tell them, like, you know, come check out what we do as coaches, that kind of thing. And you're putting that in your challenge group is what this post is. So everybody got that down for the next 6 months?
So is this just, it's just a post saying, I am doing a sneak peek later, right, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Right. And then kind of like right around week 3 or 4 of the challenge group, so that way they have had time to, you know, use the products and everything. All right, so number 10 is to actually run that coaching group, and so, or that sneak peek. So put that on your calendar. I've got mine as like every 4th week, so the end of the challenge group, so that way they've hopefully got some good results going and that kind of thing. And Sarah recommended creating an event page and inviting people to the event, and then going live within the event page. I know everybody does it a little bit differently for their sneak peeks, but she said 20 to 30 minutes, and, you know, show your heart, your passion, be yourself, have a little bit of an outline, and basically this is your outline. What we do as coaches, why we love it, how you earn money, and it can be, you know, fairly brief. Don't go into team cycle bonus and all that crap, you know what I mean? Like, that's confusing for everyone. Not everyone, but you know what I mean? So, you know, just kind of do the outlines and, you know, how do they get signed up? Maybe they already have their challenge bag. You can talk to them about the $40 reimbursement, or buying a new challenge pack, the best deal, whatever. So that's what you're going to talk about in your live event or your sneak peek event. So everybody had their sneak peek scheduled. I feel like this is really, really crucial. This is our opportunity to grow our team. So make sure that you actually have sneak peeks on your calendars. And, you know, team up, run them with other people. You don't have to do them alone. All right, got them? Cool. So that was kind of the end of Sarah's presentation, but I threw on a couple more. These are things that I like to put on my team calendars. It takes a little bit of the guesswork out for newer coaches, like who are already overwhelmed with what they should be doing. So just some post ideas, and I put these on my calendar so that way when it's like Monday and I'm like, what am I going to post about today? I can only complain about my kids for so long. So here's some good ideas. Put them on your calendar. Obviously, payday post, transformation Tuesdays, motivation Monday, like a meal prep tip for Sundays. This is going to take you a while, but you could just write these down and then fill them in after the call, or when you're ready to actually put it in your planner, you could add these to it. So what else do I have? I feel like I have one more slide, or maybe even two. Oh, your new coach training. She did not talk about her new coach trainings, but I planned my new coach trainings to start like the following week, right after the sneak peek happens. So hopefully you've got people who were interested, and now don't make them wait a month, get them trained right away. In my job, my part-time job that I have right now, I work with volunteers, and the worst thing that I can do for my volunteers is to recruit, and then say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have a training for you until another 3 months from now. That happened to me. I had 40 people who were interested in a training. It was like right around 40. And then our system went down and I couldn't train them. Three people came through. 3 volunteers came through out of the 40 that were interested. Totally sucked. But that's what happens if you don't provide them training when they're super interested. They're going to fizzle out and it's not going to be for them. So make sure that you're training right away. All right. So everybody have their training dates down for the next 6 months? Okay. All right. And because this is always on my calendar, Emily will probably laugh when she sees it, but every month, you guys, SC5 by the 5th and SC10 by the 10th. That's like, I started doing, like, I heard about that a few months ago, and it's been the goal every month since. When I'm on it, I feel so good, so on top of my game when I can get to SC5 by the 5th and 10 by the 10th. Like, I know that I am pushing and that I'm working and that I'm going to have an awesome month. So put it on your calendar. Make it a goal every month. It is freezing down here. Super freezing. All right. So we're wrapping it up. I did really good on time, I think. I did. Sweet. So I thought this was kind of a fitting quote for us, but the idea is the planning, now it's done, right? Like we already did the next 6 months. So now is when the work happens. You have to execute, you have to follow through on these plans in order for anything to happen. You could have just wasted a half an hour of your night if you are going to do nothing with this. So make sure that it's not just something pretty that sits up on your wall. It's something that you actually do and that you execute. That was like a big part of her her presentation, is the execution of all of this. So all right, I don't have any like cliche quotes or anything like that for you, but I was just like, all right, let's get to work. Like as soon as I finished that, I was like, I gotta go home. And I literally did. I'm normally not that kind of a person at all, but I took my blank sheets, and today when I was at Target, I was looking for a big, calendar, and there just happened to be some beautiful ones in the $3 spot section, and I was like, this is perfect. And I now have a new lovely office space that is all my own because my husband has to report to an office starting now. So I get to put this up on the wall, and this is my beautiful new desk. So my execution is totally going to happen this year. All right, that is all that I have.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna back out of.
Yes. If I can figure out how.
Put the bottom to the share screen, I think, and you can unshare it.
Now I lost everything.
Or up at the top, there's like a green and then a red, and it says like stop screen sharing.
Ah, there we go. A new stop share. There it is.
Okay. So does anybody have any questions? One of the questions that I have, first of all, is like, I've always done my challenge groups like the last Monday of the month so that I have the entire month to promote and hit Success Club, because sometimes, I mean, it's rare. Normally I'm a Success Club 5 by the 5th, a Success Club 10 by the 10th, but when I have a shitty month, there has been times where I'm like still working on the 31st of the month. So I guess if I change this around and I do something different with it, then that kind of makes me have to hit Success Club 10 by the 10th, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I made sure that all of my challenge groups start in like the second or third, right around the third week of the month or the second week of the month. So that way it's like, get it done. Don't freak out at the end of the month.
Good idea.
So I'm thinking, so you have this enrollment period that's like a set week or 2 weeks that you let people order in, right? So is that the first week of the month? So you hit Success Club 5 by the 5th and 10th by the 10th? Like, is that how you schedule it? So you're enrolling people right at the top of the month? Is that when you schedule the enrollment period, or how does that work with hitting that goal at the same time?
I mean, I think it's kind of personal preference. When I first heard yesterday, when I was like, what? You only give people 5 to 7 days to enroll? I was like, that means one huge paycheck and then smaller paychecks throughout the month. Like, that's the very first thing that hit me. And I was like, I don't know how that works. But then I was like, well, whatever. Don't worry about it. So I don't know. I think that doesn't answer your question at all.
That's okay. It was something I thought of because I do it. Well, right now I'm trying to. I have an ongoing group. I don't have like start dates, but what I'm trying to do is have like prep weeks that like every 2 weeks I'll run a prep group, and so I can start new people every 2 weeks with a prep group, and so I'm trying to kind of map that out in my head. Like, would my enrollment week be the week before that? So, like, I advertise for a week, then enroll for a week, and then it's prep week. And then advertise for a week, enroll for a week, then it's prep week. Maybe something like that?
I would do advertise for a week, prep week, and then what was your other thing?
Enroll for a week.
But, like, make sure that you've got your free group as one of those weeks as well. Like, free group, enroll, prep, challenge group, start. Free group, enroll, prep, start.
Right.
Does that, I mean,
yeah.
Does that make sense?
This is kind of what I usually end up doing, because I like do the free group in the first weekish, and then pull from there if I do a free group. I've been so bad about doing free groups.
I do too. I think I always thought that it had to be so much.
Yeah.
My most successful free group was a plank challenge that took literally zero work from
me. Or like a water challenge, like check in every day, download this free app and check in every day with your screenshots for a prize. Like,
right.
Duh. And I'm over here like freaking putting exercises to a GD song for December. I mean, it was a nice big group, but geez.
Amazing. So yeah, I think this was super helpful. Does anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question for you, Sheena.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hear you. So does she promote on personal and like page, or just one, or where does she run her business as far as like advertising all of it?
I have a feeling it's on her like page and Instagram. I did not ask her, but it seemed like most of it was through her like page.
Okay.
because I went in and I clicked on her personal page, and well, I should take that back. I take it back because she talked about on her personal page having a free group like banner or enrollment date like as her cover photo, and then putting a link in her cover photo. So I take that back. It's all coming back now.
Got it. Thank you.
Any other questions?
So I know we have some newer coaches on this call. Was this terrifying, empowering? Like, do you feel like it could help you be more prepared, less terrified?
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
It's a little scary, but it feels good to be kind of prepared. It feels like I can go into it a little more now.
Even if it's just like writing down exactly when your next challenge groups are for the next 6 months. Like, it doesn't have to be this drawn out and this, like, I mean, I've ran a successful business for 3 years.
Yeah.
Just knowing, okay, well, my challenge group starts this day. That means I have to do XYZ this day. You know, so if this is too much for you, then just write down your challenge group start dates and know that you have to fill that group, right? That's the whole point of us being a coach, is we have to fill the group with people that we're going to help reach their health and fitness goals. So that we have our group start date, and you've got 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks before that you have to run some kind of an advertisement for, you know, using a before and after, using a video of your core to force workouts, using, you know, something, and don't be afraid to post it. That's the problem. Like, if there's somebody that's going to be like, oh, there she goes posting about this, like, who cares? That person is not on your list. That's not who you want to talk to. And so many people, like there was a call today, it's less than a minute, so I'm trying to talk fast. Call today, or a girl posted today that most of the people that are coaches on her team now said no to her first. So don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. You're doing awesome things with your workout program, and that's just you being honest about what's working for you. Everybody has their own idea about what works for them. This works for you, and you're going to share the shit out of it.
I heard a really good quote from Tulin, or however you say her stupid name. That was, I love when I find out who my haters are, because they're the people I'm not talking to. Like, I know who I'm talking to and who I'm not. The haters are the ones I'm not. I like that.
Yeah, and Christina, you can always run a group with me. Always. I'm always looking for more people to help me run this group.
I think the idea of a challenge